and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. On 1st and 10, Ross. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. On the toss, this is Clinton Portis. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 20. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st down, this is Adams. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big connection on that one. 38 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st down, it's Adams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Steps away to his left. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ross now, off play action. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point attempt to come here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Wide open receiver, complete. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point safely through. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. On first down, Ross. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
On the ground, right side, it's Adams. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He's got it. This is Ware. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll run on first down. Adams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The football going back over to Arizona now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully...
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 45, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Ross throwing on first down. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back to throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Ware. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Cards are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we've reached halftime in a wild and abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at about the 31. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Ross on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. They hand it off to Portis. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A run with Portis. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Second and 11. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You know they wanted, you know they expected, they needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. And that last throw puts him over 5,000 yards passing now on the season already. Some rarefied air with numbers like that.
Well, don't keep the oxygen just for yourself. Pass some over to me, my friend, because given the fact he still has a number of games remaining on the schedule, that number is going to go sky high.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the third. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Ross. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk to the 45. On the give, here's Portis. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run it here with Portis. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important 3rd down. We'll check on his status when we get back. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So a ball that could have gone either way winds up bouncing forward, and as a result, they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
This has been a crazy one, hasn't it? I mean, this is the ultimate coin flip right here. Is that ball going to bounce over the crossbar or come ricocheting back? I think you have to call that luck.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a throw here, hauled in. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw again. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. They'll try and run for it, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
50 yards rushing for him now to this point. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll run again with Adams. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's caught here by Adams. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. On 1st down, Adams. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taking it in from the 20. And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a two-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. So the deficit now 3 after the huge conversion, but they need to get the football back.
So this is where special teams really comes into play, because getting the ball back, it starts with this next kickoff. How do they get downfield? Either jar it loose or get the ball back themselves. That's going to be key for them.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
They'll run on first down. It's Adams. And he's got this down to the 35. 66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, So a big call there that brings up fourth. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and